Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make a automatic copper golem sorter system in Minecraft. As you can see, this build isn't anything crazy whatsoever. There is no redstone as well, so it's super easy to understand. I will explain it as I go. You can even expand it if you want to make multiple of these copper golem sorters. As you can see in my realm here, I have a big area underground where I store pretty much everything that's important. I'm going to briefly explain how it works here. So you can put anything that you want in these item frames. In this particular case, it's ores. So after you come back after a mining trip, just put everything in the top chest. Then the copper golems will take it and sort it. In this case, the gold was just in the first chest, so they'll put it in there. But let's say we want iron, which is on the bottom row. Well, let's put the iron in the top chest here. And then the copper golems will try to sort it in the first few row of chests, but they realize they can't, so they'll put it in the empty chest at the end of the row, which filters down into a hopper, going into a copper chest. Then the golems that are at the bottom will take the iron from the copper chest and sort it where it belongs. And any items that cannot be sorted in any of the chests will go into this last chest here, which filters into a hopper, which goes into an empty chest. Now the chest that's at the bottom can have some stuff in it, but just make sure it's never completely full. Now that you guys know how the system works, let me show you what you'll need to build it. For this build, you're going to need 4 honeycombs, 16 item frames, 3 stacks of blocks, 64 slabs, 40 glass, 4 blocks of copper, 4 carved pumpkins, 36 chests, and 3 hoppers. And then go ahead and find yourself a nice area to start building this. It is 12 blocks long, 7 blocks high, and 4 blocks wide. And then I guess 2 blocks deep if you are counting this hopper and chest right here. First thing we're going to go ahead and do is build the wall. So just build yourself a 4 block long wall as shown, and then build this up 7 blocks. Once you've done that, it should look like this. And then we're going to go to the back and add 11 more blocks. And then make this outline and then just fill it all in with stone bricks or whatever block you are using. And then at the end of the wall here, just do the same wall that we did on the first side. So 4 blocks long and build it up 7 blocks. And once you finish that, it should look like this. We're then going to go ahead and grab our chests, go to this wall here and build a row of 8 double chests. At the end of the double chest, place 2 slabs on the floor and then a row of 3 solid blocks. And then behind all of the double chests, just place a long row of slabs on the floor. We're then going to grab our glass and place it as shown above the chests. Once you've done that, we're going to go ahead and do the row of chests on the second floor, not starting right at the wall, but instead skipping the first 2 blocks and starting on the third one. Once you've finished off that row, it should look like this. On the second story of chests, we're going to go ahead and place 3 blocks hugging the wall and then 3 slabs like shown. And then same as the first floor, go ahead and fill it in with slabs. Go ahead and do the same thing you did on the first floor and just fill it all in with glass. On the second floor, go ahead and place a double chest hugging the wall on top of the glass. And then above all of the glass on the second floor, just go ahead and fill it in with building blocks. You can then go ahead and finish the roof and just fill it all in with your building blocks. After you finish the roof, go ahead and crouch and place a hopper underneath the very top chest, and then summon your first copper golem. So just place a copper block and then a carved pumpkin, and make sure you honeycomb him so he doesn't turn into a statue. Do the same thing and summon another copper golem and make sure you honeycomb this one as well, and you can break the other copper chest so it doesn't have to be a double chest. The reason we have 2 is so they'll keep walking into each other, as I used to have 1 and it used to get stuck, so we're just gonna have 2 to avoid that. We're going to go to our first level and crouch and place a hopper underneath this chest right here as shown, and then cover this up with glass so the copper golems don't get out, and then just summon them the same way we did on the second floor, and make sure you honeycomb both of them. Just make sure the copper chests are directly underneath the hopper so it actually filters properly, and then just break your way out and you can now start the customization part. Go ahead and place your 14 item frames. You can go ahead and skip the top left chest, the far right chest on the second floor, and the far left one on the first floor. And before you decide what items you want, we're actually going to dig down here and place a hopper underneath this chest leading into a double chest. this is where your unsorted items are going to go. Now it comes time to decide what you want your copper golems to sort. So in this case, we're going to use ores as you saw at the beginning of the video. So just go ahead and put them in the item frames. After you finish doing all of the item frames, go ahead and put one of each item in the chest. So for example, in the iron chest, put iron ingots, or in the charcoal chest, put a piece of charcoal. Skip the chest on the top right as you're not going to need to put anything in there, as that's where your copper golems are going to put anything they couldn't sort on the second floor. And that's pretty much it, guys. So go ahead and put anything you want the copper golems to sort. So let's say you come back after a long mining trip in this case, and then just put all of the ores you collected after your trip. The copper golems will then go ahead and sort them, and anything they cannot sort, they will put in the bottom chest. And as I said, you can have items in this bottom chest here, just make sure it never gets completely full. And that's going to complete today's tutorial, guys. I hope you went on to enjoy. If you guys have any issues with your build, let me know down in the comments and I'll be sure to get back to you, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe.